Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Republican primary for Leisure Poll's 2025 mayoral election. This primary debate will decide who will become the Republican nominee for mayor of Leisure Poll in the 2025 mayoral election from Leisure Poll. Let's meet our candidates. We start out with Sheeple Goat, Mione incumbent mayor Bigsley Katz, Whiskers Kitten, her mother, Fluffy Kitten, and Pickles Pig. Since this is a primary debate, each candidate will only get 1 minute to answer a question and a 30-second rebuttal, as in just like the new Rocksville 2024 mayoral and vice mayoral debates. We now begin with the first question. The first question for the Republican candidates is the Leisure Poll fires. Leisure Poll experienced a couple of forest fires a month or two ago. If this ever happens again, how do you plan to stop it? And more importantly, how do you plan to prevent wildfires like this in Leisure Poll? Mr. Goat, you have 1 minute.
Thank you. So, if you elect me mayor of Leisure Poll, I am going to work very hard to stop the Leisure Poll fires from ever happening again. They're happening in California. They're happening in South Jersey. Now they're happening in Leisure Poll. And if we don't work to stop, New Rocksville and other towns will be next for the wildfire. So we need to take care of our forests, clean them. We need to ensure safety with all Leisure Poll residents. And we need to do our part to keep our forests clean and our residents safe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goat. Mr. Aura, same for you. 1 minute. You may begin. Now.
Thank you, Mr. Monster. I basically have to agree with what Mr. Goat said. We need to do our part in ensuring that Leisure Poll forests are safe and protected.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Mayor, we now move on to you. You have 1 minute. Begin. Well, I have to be honest with you, Mr. Monster. I have been doing everything in my power ever since I became mayor to keep the fires under control. However, I can only do so much as mayor, and I had to take a personal trip to go apply for plastic surgery a couple weeks ago. So I have a lot going on in my life, and I promise that in term number 2, I will be the best mayor Leisure Poll has ever had, no doubt. All right, thank you, Mr. Katz. Whiskers Cat, same question to you. You have 1 minute. Begin.
I basically have to agree with everything that Sheeple Goat and Mione said. We need to do our part to protect our forests.
Okay, thank you very much. Fluffy Kitten, we now move on to you. You have 1 minute. Begin.
I have to agree with everything that my daughter said. We need to do our part to keep our forests clean and maintain our forests. That's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Kitten. All right, Mr. Pig, we now move on to you. You have 1 minute. Begin.
Well, basically, everybody was talking about we need to do our part to keep our forests clean. How about more fire extinguishers? Mayor Bigsley Katz took the funding away from our firefighters, from our police officers, and, well, pretty much from all of our Leisure Poll's emergency services. So now, we have none. We have no more emergency services in our town. And what is the mayor doing to bring them back? I'll tell you what he's doing. Absolutely nothing. Look at him. Leisure Pole is on fire. Cindy Moostris and Salvatorell are talking about buying Leisure Pole, which could mean the end of our town. And all Bigsley Cats is doing is sitting on his fat butt getting plastic surgery. That's not going to help the Leisure Polians at all. More fire extinguishers, more safety, more work.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pig. Okay, are there any rebuttals? I have one. It appears incumbent Mayor Bigsley Cats has a rebuttal. Mr. Mayor, you have 30 seconds. Begin. I have not just been sitting on my fat butt doing nothing but getting plastic surgery. That's not true. Remember, I am the mayor of Leisure Pole. Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Oh, hang on. Mr. Katz, would you like me to pause your time? No, that's okay.
Ow, ow, ow,
Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that we're running into a technical error. We'll be back in 2 seconds. Sorry about the technical altercation, ladies and gentlemen. We now resume to our debate. Mr. Mayor, you still have 2 seconds left for your time. Would you like to use them? No, thank you, Mr. Monster. All right. We now move on to our next question. Let's move on to the Marley Donna Fitzgerald Lawson statue. New Rocksville is trying to submit a request to build the statue in Leisure Pole, but incumbent Mayor Bigsley Cats has yet to accept the offer. Will you accept this offer when you become mayor? And for Mayor Bigsley Cats, when are you going to accept this offer? Mr. Goat, you have 1 minute. Begin.
I think that what Mayor Katz said in his rebuttal is completely false because let's put it this way. Cindy Moostris made that proposal in February of this year. It's now June. And Lieutenant Mayor Salvatorell has been calling Leisure Pole 1,000 times and Bigsley Cats 1,000 times saying, when are we going to do this statue? When are we going to do this statue? And he's not answering. So what we have here is a very lazy mayor on our hands, and it's only going to get worse from here if you elect Bigsley Cats a second time. Thank you very much, Mr. Goat. Mr. Orr, you have 1 minute. Begin. I just want to I want to say I have to agree with Mr. Goat, and I have nothing to add. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Orr. Mr. Katz, you have 1 minute. Begin. Look, I will admit I have been very slow with working on that Marley Donna Fitzgerald Velocity statue, but I promise I've got a plan to get it done, and we're gonna get it done. I know we are. I just need a little bit more time to reach out to Lieutenant Mayor Salvatorell and Mayor Cindy Moostris of New Rocksville, and then we can start construction on that statue immediately. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mrs. Kitten? Mrs. Whiskers Kitten, you have 2 minutes. You have 1 minute. Begin.
Basically, I think that we need to start working on the statue. If I'm elected mayor of Leisure Pole, I will work on that statue immediately. And I will reach out to Salvatorell and Cindy Moostris, and we'll get the work started.
Okay, thank you very much. Whiskers Kitten. Fluffy Kitten, you have 1 minute. Begin.
I basically have to agree with everything my daughter said. I do the same thing.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Pig, you have 1 minute. Begin.
I have to agree with everyone here except Bigsley Cats. I would have done that statue by now. It would have been completed for months already.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pig. Are there any rebuttals here? Okay, we now move on to the next question. That concludes the Marley Donna Fitzgerald Velocin section. Let's move on to the territory section. Cindy Moostress and Salvatore, mayor and lieutenant mayor of New Rocksville, have had talks about buying Leisure Pole for $15 million. Are you going to allow them to do this? Why or why not? Mr. Goat, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Well, first of all, Cindy Moostress and Salvatore are absolutely out of their minds crazy if they think that they're going to buy Leisure Pole, especially for a low life price of $15 million. And I know exactly who proposed that bill. I know Salvatore was the one who proposed that. You should have seen him in an interview. It was like, we're going to charge Leisure Pole $15 million. $15 million beautiful dollars. They're going to pay that to us, and we're going to get their town for a nice low price of $15 million and not a cent more. This guy is out of his mind. That's never going to happen under my administration. Never going to happen.
All right, thank you, Mr. Goat. Mr. Aura, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Basically, I would ask them kindly, to not buy Leisure Pole. I believe kindness solves every problem, and we need to be practicing more kindness.
All right, thank you, Mr. Aura. Mr. Katz? Mr. Katz, you have 1 minute. Begin. Honestly, I would just let them buy Leisure Pole. I mean, think about it. New Rocksville outperforms us in every single way, every single aspect. They outperform us economically. They overperform us socially, physically, mental, in any way. Their schools are better than ours. Their people are better than ours. Some of their people are even richer than ours. New Rocksville has more businesses than we do. New Rocksville has more schools than we do. I would just let them buy it. They can name the price. I'll let them buy it. Because it's pointless to defend something that we basically cannot use. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Miss Whiskers Cat, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Basically, I think, I would probably just let them have it too. I mean, I have to agree with Mayor Katz on this one. It's pointless to try and protect something that, does worse than something that's trying to stop it or fight it or whatever. So, I guess.
Okay. Thank you very much, Whiskers Cat. Mrs. Fluffy Cat, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Are you two out of your mind? I have lived in this town for 50 years, and for some teenager who's allegedly the lieutenant mayor of New Rocksville to just come along and just buy our town that has so much history, to just completely erase the history of our town. That's what you guys are sanctioning. That's what you're allowing, Mr. Mayor. Is that what you're allowing? That's what you're allowing. You're basically just going to let them buy it. So I can guarantee you, if we don't stop Mayor Beasley Katz now, by August, New Leisure Pole is going to be New Rocksville territory. I guarantee it.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Whiskers. Mr. Pig, you have 1 minute. Begin.
I have to agree with, Mrs. Whiskers, Mrs. Kitten over here. Beasley Katz is out of his freaking mind. He goes for plastic surgery and then he wants to sell our town? You must be crazy.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pig. Are there any rebuttals to this? Okay. That concludes the territory section. Now we move on to the election questions. This is a question for each candidate. Why do you think you are the best candidate for the Republican Party? Mr. Goat, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Well, I think I'm the best choice for mayor of Leisure Pole because I have a plan. I have the best plan, I think, on this entire stage, and nobody is going to stop me. I do foresee myself as the next mayor of Leisure Pole. There will be another mayor of Leisure Pole, and it's going to be me.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Aura, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Well, I believe in the saying, kill him with kindness. So, that's exactly what we're going to do.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Katz, same for you. 1 minute. Begin.
I believe I deserve a second term because I am the mayor who exposed Tom Warner.
That's it? Yes.
It's a wonderful thing I did. I was co-mayor. I was the mayor of Train Track Town for a very long time, and now I'm the mayor of Leisure Pole. And honestly, I couldn't ask for anything better. Everybody loves me as mayor. We don't need to change anything.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Whiskers? Miss Whiskers Kitten? You have 1 minute. Begin.
I have to agree with what Mr. Aura said. We basically have to kill him with kindness.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Fluffy Kitten, you have 1 minute. Begin.
I believe I'm the best choice for mayor of New Rocksville and for the Republican Party because I have lived in this town for 50 years. And out of everybody on this stage, I think I have worked harder for this town and love this town more than anybody else. So that's why I think I'm the best choice. Vote for me, everybody.
All right, thank you. Now, Mr. Pig, we move on to you. You have 1 minute. Begin.
I think you should vote for me for mayor because I have my own plan. And I'm going to find a way to not only restore balance to Leisure Pole and to New Rocksville, but I'm also going to find a way to allow the towns to live separately but in peace.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pig. Are there any rebuttals? All right, we now move on to the final question. And now we move on to the final question. Why do you think you are better than incumbent Mayor Bigsley Katz? And for incumbent Mayor Bigsley Katz, why do you feel like you deserve a second term at Leisure Pole politics? Mr. Goat, why do you think you are better than Bigsley Katz? You have 1 minute. Begin.
Well, I think I'm better than Bigsley Katz because I actually have a plan.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Orr, thank you. You have 1 minute. Okay. Would you like to give your minute to anyone else?
You can give my minute to Mr. Katz, thank you.
All right. Mr. Mayor, you have 2 minutes. Begin.
I'll tell you why I deserve a second term and why I'm better than everybody else on this stage. I am the mayor who destroyed Tom Warner's career. I have done more for Leisure Pole than anybody else on this stage. You're the only one on this stage who's been mayor, and you've been mayor for a year and a half, and you've done almost nothing in office.
Mr. Pig, Mr. Council may continue.
Anyway, I don't need your comments. Seriously, Mr. Pickles Pig. I have taken care of our town for years, for a year and a half, and I think I've done an incredible job.
Our town's on fire and you're doing nothing about it.
I don't need an opinion from you. I am still talking, and you are going to let me have my time.
Which is now complete. Thank you, Mr. Monster. You're very welcome. All right. Miss Whiskers Kitten, you have 1 minute.
No, that's okay. You can give my time to my mom.
All right, Mrs. Fluffy Kittens, begin.
I have worked in Leisure Pole for 50 years. I've lived here for almost my whole life. I have been around for every single mayor since possibly Ludall or Sanders Paul. And this guy has done nothing compared to those other mayors. Absolutely nothing. I've worked harder than he is. My daughter has worked hard than he did.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Kitten. Mr. Pig, you have 1 minute. Begin.
Similar to most of the candidates on this stage, I also have a plan. And I think it's better than everybody else's. We need to find a way to allow Leisure Pole and New Rocksville to live in peace, but separately, while getting what we deserve out of our free trade economy.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Pig. Are there any rebuttals to this? All right. All right. Well, that concludes the Leisure Pole Republican primary debate. To vote for your party, click the link in the description below for the primary voting, where you can choose to vote Democrat or Republican and then choose your selected candidate for mayor, for their party's nominee for mayor of New Rocksville. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a good day.